I'm Scientology protester, the Angry Gay Pope. In May 2019, I protested the LA Big Blue raid called Cinco de Measles. It was Cinco de Mayo, and the church was suffering a virus lockdown on their cruise ship, the Free Winds. They are anti-vaccination. One of the other protesters that day was Scientology Apostate Sironen here in Orange. I swear to Xenu, I would never have guessed that a year and a half later he would be shot by cops in a botched Vegas home invasion. No, stop. You spun fortune's wheel one time too many, Nathan. He showed up at the protest as an apostate. That means he had openly turned against his previous religion, Scientology. I thought he was male model handsome with a sledgehammer jaw. It made sense he was a bartender. Sironen seemed a good protester for an apostate. Ex-Scientologists are products of a flawed system. You have to give them some emotional slack. Not that lame, anonymous protesters are any better. Don't get me started on some of those Guy Fawkes guys who would criticize me online in 2008 and smile in person wearing masks. So this day we walked around Big Blue. I got Nathan to debate whether we should be bad-mouthing the founder of Scientology or just current management. I knew he would take the bait and badmouth L. Ron Hubbard due to emotional baggage. This led to an interesting discussion of how hard to press people who are still in.
If he were to blow like you did, they would chase him down 10 times worse.
He'll come to his fucking friends. Hubbard was an idiot, dog.
Don't badmouth Hubbard. Don't badmouth Hubbard.
Hubbard was an idiot.
Oh,
Destroyed families.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. Hubbard was a great man. And Miss Cabbage is ruining Hubbard's legacy. Miss Cabbage is stomping all over everything L. Ron Hubbard built. L. Ron Hubbard said, don't buy a chandelier for your org, supply good Scientology, and people will come. But David Miscavige just buys chandeliers for empty orgs.
He was a productive protester, and we helped an unconscious homeless man the church was ignoring.
Stand up, we're gonna try to get you insane.
We're just gonna take you to the hospital. Calm down. Have a nice afternoon.
58. We'll put you in the you said you have no other calls, sir.
Okay, I'm having to get this. There's a security guard here that claims he already called a half hour ago.
You don't want to hurt him more.
There's a
I just don't want to hurt him.
to render aid. See, wogs don't just stand around watching other people get hurt. Wogs actually try and help.
You have water? Okay, can you go get some water? Thank you very much.
Amazing.
He told fellow protester Nasty Nathaniel that he was having trouble earning enough money to live in LA. So Nasty Nate tried to help him, but things got very downstat. My protege Nasty Nathaniel helped get him a job doing meal deliveries to wealthy people and celebs. He worked one night and then never showed up again. It was a mistake for Nate to have vouched for him. When confronted, Sironen responded, "I'm pretty sure you didn't get in trouble over me." Then he spammed me on Facebook with CBD scams, hurled homophobia at Nasty Nathaniel when we rejected him for this later eccentric behavior. He must have failed to find a living in LA and moved to Vegas, where things went downhill. Scientology whistleblower Aaron Smith-Levin spent his childhood with Nathan. He said Nathan's life was absolutely destroyed by his involvement in Scientology as a child. After giving his entire youth and young adulthood to Scientology as a staff member, he was then declared, expelled, and abandoned by the only family and friends he'd ever known, including losing his wife and kids. This led him down a long path of mental health problems, alcohol and drug addiction, and subsequent crime.
December 8th, 2020 at 1:20 a.m., and the call was a burglary. The location of the OIS was at the 5100 block of Spanish Heights Drive, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89148. Our suspect is a Nathaniel Sironen. He was armed with a hammer. Mr. Sironen's charges, if he had survived, were burglary, kidnapping 2 counts, robbery, and assault with a deadly weapon. The person reporting stated that her home alarm system had been activated and that a male intruder was in her home and he was armed with a hammer.
Oh, yeah, there is a dude inside. Robert 34, give us a red real quick. The suspect is actually inside the house. Open the door. Hurry up, open the door. Oh, no, fuck! No, stop!
It's 1 o'clock in the morning and Nathan's not home. I can't help thinking that's strange. I won't go through it again.
And there's no indication they knew each other, why this house was targeted?
He from what we know, he went into the residence. He had gone into another residence behind it or inside of a shed in that residence. And then he was just basically randomly trying areas, and he had actually made a threat to the homeowner that before he left he wanted a score. According to them, that was their own word. That was the homeowner's words that he had said to them, and in the briefing also that he was attempting to take the female homeowner with him in a vehicle and get some money out of an ATM, and she refused to go with him.
This whole thing smells of another soul lost to methamphetamines. His criminal history in Sin City includes destruction of property. In May 2020, he pleaded guilty in a case of possession of stolen property and theft.
He does have priors. He had some malicious, I don't have them in front of me, but he had some malicious destruction of property priors. He did have a burglary in May of 2020 in which the DA confirmed that he went into a business, a commercial business, taken some items, and he was, according to the DA, he was in jail for a little bit of time. He was given credit for time served, and the judge released him. And these homeowners, one was 73 years old, one was 68 years old, so they're basically being terrorized in their own home.
He was a really misbehaving person, but ex-Cis like Aaron Smith-Levin say things like, "This poor guy is just a victim of a cold hate group." Tell that to the skulls of the people that he almost bashed in with a hammer. Lots of folks have been damaged by Scientology without acting this way. Not that I would dance on his grave or anything. I'm saving that honor for human scum, Kelly Preston. Wait, what? Kelly Preston was cremated? I can't dance on her grave? Damn it. Thanks to my patrons who paid for this video.